The function of the machine is the bottom line. Good boy.
Isn't that nice?
So once you get the bull in the chute, we're going to do a fairly detailed external genitalia examination. Basically what that amounts to is palpation of the external genitalia. I'm going to grab that. Thank you. Which kind of amounts to palpating both testicles, making sure that they're normal consistency, similar size, make sure they move up and down in the scrotum very normally, no adhesions. Palpate the head and body and tail of the epididymis on both testicles. You can kind of shove one up into the scrotum to palpate the other one. And palpate the neck of the scrotum to make sure there are no lumps or bumps and that it's not full of fat, because that definitely affects semen quality. Thank you. And then we go ahead and do a rectal evaluation of the internal genitalia. So we can reach over the brim of the pelvis, palpate both internal inguinal rings, make sure that there's not more than a finger or two width in either one. Can come back and palpate the two vesicular glands, make sure there's no indication of vesiculitis. Slide back onto the pelvic urethra, palpate the body of the prostate. Make sure there's no adhesions or abscesses there, and slide forward between the two vesicular glands, and you can roll both ampulla under your fingertips and make sure they're present. You really can't feel much inflammation or anything in them, but you can definitely tell if one of them's missing. After we do that, going to measure the scrotal circumference on the bull. Scrotal circumference is correlated to basically daily sperm production. It's also correlated to age at puberty and has a mild positive correlation with percentage normal cells, so has some value in several areas there. This guy is going to measure 34.5, which is very good for a young bull. Then we'll go ahead and put the probe in. Okay. It's very nice to have a portable one. We used to have to be plugged into electricity. This is great to be able to have the portability. I like the size of it because you're not dragging anything big around with you. It's easy to grab it with one hand, set it down beside the chute, and you have everything right there that you want. You might hand me those scissors. I'll trim the preputial hair a little bit. Just in case we don't get a good extension, we still get a good sample. Doesn't have to collect the stuff going down. So with the probe inserted in the bull, then go ahead and turn on our machine here. I'll hit start. This program's pretty much been designed for yearling bulls, so usually gives them some of the first stimuli at a little bit lower level, and they don't tend to want to start climbing out of the chute and leaving. You can turn it on and it starts at a very low level, and When you do turn it on, it's easy to set up, turn on, and you're ready to go. If you want to run the automatic mode, you pull it down here to this run. I think, to me, that part of the automatic mode is great because I don't have to touch the machine. Automatic should mean you don't have to hold anything, you don't have to control anything. You pretty much just do what you're supposed to do and the machine handles itself. We'll see how he's going to respond to that. If he looks like we're getting stimuli and starting to work, then we'll just go ahead and ride it out because it kind of gets the bull settled down and used to it a little bit. I think the main thing we're interested in is to cause minimal discomfort when we're collecting a bull. Not only do they have some pretty heavy muscle exertion, they can injure themselves in a chute just with the extra strain and fighting the ejaculator. So we'd like to be able to collect them smooth and as quiet as possible. There, it jumped up to the next setting, which is nice. It's a smooth transition. You can see the bull's starting to respond a little bit here. You can pull that pipe up one if you want to. And normally, while I'm down here, while I'm looking at feet, legs, joints, looking at the sheath, that type thing, when I get the bull collected, I'll go ahead and palpate the rest of the external genitalia here while I'm on this end. You can see the bull's extending right there. Try to do that with the other hand here if I can. Okay. Good extension. If I collect with this setup, works good because I can get a nice clean sample without a bunch of pre and post ejaculate in it, which makes valuation of the bull a whole lot easier. Check the prepuce penis during extension to make sure everything is normal there. Okay, got what we wanted. See our sample there. Palpate the external sheath back up to the neck of the scrotum. Palpates real good. Okay, very good. So that, I think, I didn't really look at it, but I think it collected on about 4, something like that. So the automatic mode is outstanding. I think we've tested a lot of bulls in one day. Done, we can shut this baby off.
Yeah, it was a great sample. That was our 5th bull, right? So we're basically done.
It'll work all day long and had no problem with having to charge it or anything else. It works all day long and it's very convenient. So I like the idea that you don't have to have other things in your hand. All you have to do is turn it on and watch the bull and get a good collection. That to me is the most important thing. You can spend your time doing the evaluation instead of running the machinery, and that's kind of what it's all about.